Alright, Brush Monkeys, we are back and we're continuing our series of Sophies from Reaper Miniatures. This is the Troll Slayer Sophie. And she's kind of got some armor on. She's got a little mini skirt. As with the other Sophies, we've already done her skin, her hair, her wings, all that kind of thing. So we're going to do her armor in Raven Feather, which is kind of a nice flat metallic black, and give it a highlight of Night Scales, which is Army Painter's metallic kind of bluish black. Makes a nice highlight to Raven Feather. Raven Feather is like the darkest metallic black I've come across. It's really nice. And we're going to give them some gold trim, Vallejo Old Gold, using, Vallejo Model Color Old Gold and Reaper Kelishite Gold for the highlights. It's a really nice bright gold. It's really thin though, so it's really only good for doing highlights like this. The sword is going to be Gravelord Gray with the Necron Compound Dry Brush, Greedy Gold Hilton Pommel. The grip and her clothing, her little mini skirt and this little kind of capelet here, are going to be Hive Dweller Purple. So it's going to be really dark, but I think it's going to look really nice. And that's the Army Painter speed paint that is a nice mix between Magus Purple and Leviathan Purple. You've heard me complain about Leviathan Purple being too dark, Magus is too thin, and so I mixed the two together to get the color that I like. Hive Dweller Purple is that color, essentially. Her leather belt and boots probably will be snakebite leather, wraithbone snakebite leather. And then the base is going to be Absolution Green, Niblet Green Dry Brush, green base band. And I just realized that she's got this little decorative base on there that I think I'm going to do in dark gray, and then I'm going to thin down some Aethermatic blue in those little designs and make those pop out. So I think that's going to look really nice. So yeah, that's the plan. Let's see how it works out. I'm going to turn this off and get started. See you in a bit. Alright, I'm back. As you can see, I've got her armor done. It looks pretty slick. And I got the hilt and pommel of her sword done. So up next, I guess I'm going to do the, I could do the leather, but I think I prefer to do that after I do the cloth. So I'm going to do her little capelet and her skirt and the grip of her broadsword, all in the Hive Dweller Purple. And then she'll be pretty close to being done. After that, it's just her belt is really, really tiny. Her shoes are basically, or her boots are basically just the tips of her boots. Just the toes of them. That's all you can really see. And then I got out the neutral gray and Aethermatic blue for the base. You can kind of see that sort of wizardy looking base she's got going on there. I'm going to paint it in neutral gray, and then I'm going to try to thin down some white ink to flow into those designs, and then hit it with the Aethermatic blue, and I think that'll help make them pop, create a little OSL effect kind of thing. But we'll see. I'm kind of making that up as I go along because I didn't actually have it on my plan. So yeah, so that's how that's going. Purple's up next, and then we'll go from there. See you in a bit. Alright, I've got that Hive Dweller Purple on the, Hive Dweller Purple on the sword hilt and the skirt and the capelet. You can see how it looks pretty dark on the skirt, but you can still see it's purple. And then that capelet, you can see where it actually got the contrast look to it, where it's supposed to be shade wash, base coat, and highlight all in one. And it looks pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it. There's a couple little places that are a little bit thin, but that's alright. There we go. There we go. So that looks hot. So up next is the sword blade and then the base. Oh, her belts. Yeah, she's got got a belt on and her boots, so we're going to do those real quick, and then we'll come back and see how she looks, and then do the sword blade and move on. Alright, see you in a bit. Alright, we are back, and we have done the belt and the tips are her boots in snakebite leather, and did the sword blade in Gravelord Gray. It's still wet, so I haven't done the dry brushing in Necron Compound yet. However, I did try to do the base in Gravelord Gray as well, and it started out okay. I mean, it'll make it gray, but there's places where I've got a little bit of the wraith bone right in there, and a little bit of the snakebite leather got on the base. And in those places, the Gravelord Gray is way too thin. It doesn't quite cover it up, so it doesn't look right. So I'm going to go ahead and do the base in neutral gray, and probably a Dawnstone dry brush, possibly thin one. And then I'm going to go back and try to pick out that design in white ink before I do the Aethermatic blue in those same spots. So I think that'll work out better than what I had planned there anyway with the Gravelord Gray. So I'm going to go ahead and go do that while I'm waiting for the blade to dry, and then we'll come back and see how it looks. Alright, see you in a bit. Alright, so I got the base, I got the base stone painted with neutral gray and then dry brush with Dawnstone, and I got the white ink running there. You see it's kind of sloppy, but it's going to aid with that OSL effect when I put the Aethermatic blue in there, so I think it's going to look good. Also got the sword dry brush with the Necron Compound, and it's looking, excuse me, it's looking appropriately old and scratched up, so that's good. I'm getting there. So up next I'm going to do the Aethermatic blue, and then we'll do the green on the surrounding area. So wish me luck. It's the first time I've done this kind of thing. Bye. Alright, so now I've got the Aethermatic blue in those lines, and the OSL actually looks pretty good. I'm pretty happy with how that turned out. It's not terribly neat, but it's not supposed to be. It's supposed to look like the lines are glowing, and so there's going to be a little glow over on the rest of it. And I think it turned out pretty good. So I'm going to go ahead and do the Absolution green on the texture paste here with the Niblet green dry brush and dark green base band. You see me do that on a dozen minis. I'm not going to make you sit through that. So the next time you see this gal, she'll be completely done. Thanks for watching. See you in a bit. Bye. Alright, brush monkeys. There she is, our finished Troll Slayer Sophie. I think she turned out really nice. Got kind of a Xena vibe to her. But I like how she looks. So thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next week, where we have another Sophie on the line. Got a few more Sophies to do. So thanks for watching, and I will see you then. Bye. Hey Brush Monkeys, Tom from Flying Monkey Studios here. If you like what you see, click like. If you want to be notified when new videos come out, click subscribe. In the meantime, check out my other social medias on Instagram, Facebook, Hive, Tumblr, a couple others. I'm literally everywhere, Flying Monkey Studios. Go check that out. And thanks for watching. And in the meantime, I will see you guys later. Have a good day.